Good morning guys, welcome back to my allotment diaries. My name's Emma, these are the allotment diaries. Welcome to June in the UK. Welcome to June everybody. We are about a week into June now. What? Also got like the worst building work going on. All the noises everywhere, there's no bird song. It's windy, it's cold. It's starting to rain again. Oh! It also rained for hours last night, like literally non-stop rain. Ah! Hello? If you ever get scared of a noise or anything at all, always just say hello to it. Just say hello. Honestly, it just diffuses your fear in a second. It's amazing. Little helpful tip. Oh, what's going on with the... That's not... Yeah, rained pretty much non-stop last night and most of this morning as well before I got here. And it seems like it's just starting to rain again now, but that's why I've come down basically, because I'm worried about the slugs and snails and I want to make sure that my crops are protected and stuff and that everything's okay. Not that there's much I could do about it, because the second I leave, they'll all just come out again and get them all, but I felt like I should just come down really and check on it all. Why is it June? Why is the weather like this in June? What's happening? Where's the sun? Where's the sunny days? You know, it's really funny. I was supposed to come down today and film. I'm like doing a sponsored Instagram reel for a brand where I'm talking all about like the best ways to water your plants and all the little tips and tricks for getting the best out of watering. And I've come down, there's absolutely no way I can film it today because it is miserable. Like it would just be, just basically the reel would just be me saying, it's rained, everything's been watered. Right, okay, I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take my jacket off just because it's June. It just feels weird to be wearing a jacket in June. We're gonna go on a little walkabout and see what's alive and what's died. No, immediately changed my mind, I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna put my jacket back on because it's cold. So cold. So here we are on the allotment plot in the middle of June. What a lovely sunny day it is. Oh my goodness. Right, okay, so things are looking quite green. I can see a lot of crops still growing. This is excellent. I mean, look at the brassica bed. Fantastic. Let's go take a closer look around. Right, I'm not liking the chances of these red onions very much. They're not looking like they're getting any bigger, and they're getting a bit sludgy now. It might be all the rain that we're having, but they don't really look like my neighbour's ones. His look amazing and really big, and we planted them about the same time. Look, that looks really damaged. I'm not sure about the onions. I think the garlic will do better. Brassicas seem to be doing really well now. They've like come into their own. They've come back alive, and they're absolutely thriving. These purple ones in the middle, that one there with the purple stem, that's a Brussels sprout, and I've got loads of them, and I put them all in the middle and they're doing great. No idea what the rest of them are, but they're all alive, so who cares? Harry's looking a little bit sad. Are you sad, Harry? Yeah. The birds don't listen to you, do they? It's really hard when you're trying to do your job and no one takes you seriously. Cheer up, Harry. Oh, sorry, mate. God. Oh yeah. Oh, never mind. I have noticed that the leeks that I had direct sowed in this salad bed here, they've all started to come up. Were these leeks or were those spring onions? No, I think they were leeks. But you can see the whole row is coming up, which is just amazing. I think the rain that we've had, you know, a positive spin on the rain that we've had is that the seedlings haven't dried out. So all the times that I've not been here to water, the rain's been doing it for me, and I think that's why they've germinated. But can you see now why we sow things in rows? If I hadn't sown these in a row, I might think that these were weeds and sort of end up weeding them or pulling them out. But because I've sown them in a straight row, one of the reasons that we do it, there's a few reasons, but it's so you can see what's coming up and what's a weed. It seems really obvious when you say it like that, like, you know, you sow them in rows so that you know what's coming up is your crop and not weeds. You know, it sounds really obvious, but actually it's only obvious when you've been told. Because when I first got my plot, I used to just scatter seeds like confetti and then I wouldn't know what was coming up where, and now it just seems really obvious. But that's why we sow in rows. Well, that's one of the reasons we sow in rows. There you go. Right, we are fast approaching the pumpkin archway, but do we have any pumpkins? Yes we do, I think, actually. Yes we do. Yeah, they're looking quite good. They're all looking alive and I can't see any sort of damage on them, so that is fantastic. I'm noticing that a lot of my courgette plants are getting very yellowy leaves. And I've tried giving it a feed to try and perk him up a little bit, but it looks like some kind of fungal infection or disease. The new leaves in the middle don't seem to be affected. It could have been something to do with transplanting it out. I really don't know, but it's only the courgettes. The pumpkins seem fine, but the courgettes are kind of getting these, can you see the yellowy sort of leaves on him? He's got some flowers though, that's a good sign. It's a very good sign. I mean, they're alive. They're alive, what more can I say? They're alive. And then sweet corn and sunflowers, all alive. Doing very well. This is my first year where I'm really trying with sweet corn. I really want to get a good crop and they are doing very well. Sunflowers have been untouched. Cannot believe this. Cannot believe it, it's amazing. Oh, there's hope yet, there's hope for June. There's a little bit of blue sky over there, come on. Oh, and over there as well, behind that tree. Come on, blue sky. Hopefully by the end of this vlog it'll be nice and sunny. Definitely been a struggle this year to grow anything. So I do feel quite proud of what is growing and what survived and is surviving still, you know? So I have to like keep positive at some point. Sun, you can do it, son, we all believe in you. I've just noticed, got my first raspberry here. This is from my gifted plants from Roots. So it's called, yeah, Roots. Roots, and they sell like fruit bushes and stuff, and they gifted me a few. And look at this. My first raspberry, and he's a beast. That's a huge raspberry, that's massive. Look at him. He's so big, I can't believe it. I think we should, it would be rude not to eat him right now, wouldn't it? Just be rude. Can't even pick him, he's so big. Come on. Oh, perfect. Absolute perfection. There he is. Absolute perfect. Okay, alright, here we go. It's a little bit sour. It's a little bit sour. Oh, that's woken me up. God, it's woken me up. It's a little bit sour. I think maybe I should have waited a little bit longer, but then I don't know how long it'd last, to be honest, with all the bugs here and the slugs. Good though, good. It's just a bit sour. So there's a couple of jobs that I really want to do today, but I think the first job that we're going to do, I'm going to keep it real and we're going to do some weeding, some proper hard graft weeding. I think I haven't been showing you a lot of the weeding that I've been doing because I think it gets a bit repetitive and a bit samey, but actually it might be good just to show you how much weeding has to happen. Like, I want to keep things realistic for you as well, because the weeds come up at this time of year like crazy, so you've got to keep on top of them. So we're going to just go around, weed as much as we can. That helicopter's just brought blue sky, I'm not joking. What? What is happening? The last time I looked up it was cloudy, miserable, grey, just looked like it's going to be an awful day. Now look, within like, what, 5 minutes of being here, 10 minutes of starting the vlog? Beautiful! The sun is on the way, the sun is on the way! Doing? Just weeding a little bit. What are you doing? Waiting for your breakfast, are you now? Of course you are. What's happened to your birdhouse? Yeah, what's happened to it? Again? Again? I think I might just leave the birdhouse now. Yeah, I think it's a bit So obviously, you think you just saw me in those clips battling absolute, I mean, bindweed mountain. I've got so much of it. I mean, when I got my allotment plot and I really had to clear this area, I did as much work as I could in terms of like cutting it all back and trying to keep it down. But obviously the areas that I've missed, it's very obvious now where I've missed, you know, and what I've neglected to think would overgrow. This back boundary in particular between my plot and the plot over there has become very overgrown. This is where all of my sticks are, all of my logs that I laid out as like a fence. I obviously didn't need to do that because look, we've got a little weedy fence here. It'll be much easier to tackle all of that in the autumn winter when everything's not growing at 100 miles an hour. This little area here in the middle of my allotment where I've got the apple tree and the slightly awkward sort of tree stump, this will need a lot more weeding and looking after, because at the moment all it is a snail hotel. So I think snails and slugs will just love to hide in here, and they're coming out and eating my dahlias, eating my pumpkins. So the idea of this area is I make it quite flowery. I have some verbena in here already, which is doing really well, and some lavender as well, but I need to start getting some more perennial plants. I'm thinking geraniums and stuff like that. But the idea is that this area will be full of perennial plants that will come back year after year without me having to do very much, and attract all the pollinators in, and also take care of the area a little bit, make it look a bit nicer, you know? Maybe a rose would be nice to have in here. My neighbour's plot has a lot of really beautiful rose bushes right at the front of his plot, which come out every year. I've never seen him do anything to them. They're just gorgeous. They flower. He's got pink and white, just lovely. It'd be nice to have some roses, I think. Because of all the wind we're having, I was thinking, or maybe I should tie these in a little bit, but I don't think they're big enough yet. I think they'll just cling on themselves. You're going the wrong way, guys. I'm just going to thread it through a little bit, make sure it goes up here. Up there. Up there, up there. No, they're not big enough to tie in yet. I think they'll be alright, actually. We'll just leave them to it. In a previous vlog I asked why these exist. I once asked in a previous vlog why sunflowers exist that are really tall if they can't look after themselves, because you have to tie them in or they will just snap, like it cannot survive this kind of wind. And somebody said that they've been genetically modified to grow really tall and sort of like need human intervention. So not all plants can take care of themselves. Some plants actually need humans to live, and the tall sunflowers really do, because they will just snap. And I was like, well, it just seems silly, doesn't it? Because plants should be able to take care of themselves, but not if it's been modified by humans, then it can't. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, what an interesting piece of information. Technically, this is the month I can pull up my early potatoes. They've been in the ground long enough now that I should be able to pull them up and get a potato harvest. However, I never know when the right time to pull potatoes up. A lot of people ask me. So some people say it's when the leaves start to die back, other people say it's when they start to flower, but really you're never going to know until you pull one of the plants up, and that's the best way of knowing if your potatoes are ready. pull one plant up and sacrifice it and see what's going on under the ground. And that's what we're going to do today. They have done remarkably well this year, these potatoes. I'm seeing a little bit of, you know what, I don't even want to talk about that because that is just not what we think it is. Let's just ignore that. But you can see some of the leaves are starting to go a bit yellowy, starting to die back. Let's pull one up. Nobody can ever really know for certain when potatoes are ready unless you pull a plant up and have a look what's going on. And then I can see if they're going right, if there's any problems, if I need to earth them up again. Come on. Ooh. Oh, look at these. Absolutely beautiful. Now, early potatoes, I think these are rockets, are always going to be a bit smaller than your main crop, but how they're stunning. They're perfect. They're perfect in every way. That's my seed potato. That's my seed potato in the middle. This potato will be squishy, disgusting, slimy and slippery. That's the one that we planted. You can't eat that one. That one's for the bin, the compost bin. Yeah. There's one. They shouldn't go very deep because they're earlies. They don't go very deep. But is that all I get from one plant then? 3 bleeding potatoes. Right, okay. Fair enough. 3 potatoes. Better than no potatoes, I suppose. Yeah, these look absolutely fantastic and they look a really good size. They look really good condition and I'm really happy with them. So I think what I'll do next time I come is harvest my early potatoes. That's going to be a lot of potatoes. I thought it'd be a lot of potatoes actually. If we only get 3 per plant, about 16 potatoes, but oh well. How fantastic are these though, brilliant. So I will harvest these next time. The main crop potato are throwing up their gorgeous flowers. I love potato flowers, I think they're so beautiful. They're throwing up so many lovely flowers, but I don't think these will be ready just yet. I'm willing to hold on. They've been earthed up really high, so they should be okay, but I'm going to hold on a bit longer for these. Sorry this is a bit of a shorter vlog today. The weather is just atrocious, as you can see. The sun has not come back out again and there is no blue sky. So I'm going to leave the vlog there because there's not much I can do when it's this windy and cold. I will see you again on Monday. Have a lovely gardening weekend and do try and get out and do some gardening. I know it's miserable with the weather and you know, but you can't control it. There's nothing you can do. Things are still growing. Nature doesn't really seem to mind too much about this grey clouds, so why should we? Anyway, I will see you again Monday. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.